So I wanted to take a minute to talk about the passing of the great Chuck Mangione, trumpet player, flugelhorn player, composer from my hometown of Rochester, New York. And he also happens to be a fellow inductee into the Rochester Music Hall of Fame. So Chuck's a generation older than me. I always heard stories about him, being part of the jazz circuit there in Rochester and what a great straight ahead player he was. But I knew him as a homegrown pop star. So it was funny like that. I knew a guy who was from my hometown that was getting played on the radio all the time. I'd watch him on The Tonight Show and I was like, wow, he's from here, And so when I was a senior in high school, I had a chance to finally meet him and record with him. And it was really cool because in my mind, he was kind of a superstar. I had a chance to talk to him and I told him sort of what my plans were. I was going to go to college for music and then eventually move to New York or LA, whatever. And he was really encouraging about the whole process of, what I was going to do with my life. And then we started recording and it was amazing because it was my first recording session. And I'm just remembering that it was my first recording session was with Chuck Mangione. So unfortunately, as an adult, I never had a chance to meet him, to thank him for taking time to encourage me years ago. But my big takeaway from him and his music is that I think his music was really accessible in the best way. He wrote really strong melodies. If you listen to his music, it's not just feel so good. He had a bunch of songs that had really strong melodies that you could remember, that you could sing. And it was kind of fascinating that he chose to play all these melodies on a flugelhorn of all instruments. It's something that no one was really using as a lead voice. And so for me, being a kid from Rochester and seeing this jazz musician become an international star, it really showed me that it was possible, that you could do music for a living and be from Rochester. So thank you, Chuck. Thank you for your music. Peace and blessings to his family and his close friends. And though I never got a chance to get to know you as a friend, I feel like I know you as a musician. So thank you so much for all of your music and all of the gifts that you've given us through the years. Peace.